live their lives. That Muhammad, Krishna, or the Buddha are the way. Still some believe it's right to say in the name of Jesus when you pray. We are a humankind of 7 billion. So many different races and religions, and it all comes down to one. Some say God's a him, and still many believe that he is a her. Does God live in our hearts, or is she somewhere out there in the universe? We are a humankind of 7 billion. So many different races and religions, and it all comes down to one. How far will we have to go before we learn the lesson? Gandhi was a Hindu, Martin Luther King a Christian. Regardless of religion, they knew love was the mission, and it all comes down to one. Is there no God at all, or a pantheon of gods up in the sky? We can heal our broken heart if we give up the desire to be right. We are a humankind of 7 billion. So many different races and religions, and we all want the same things: health, love, prosperity, and peace. Tolerance is the seed, and the gift of your acceptance is the tree. We are a humankind of 7 billion. So many different races and religions, and it all comes down to one. Whether you are red, brown, yellow, black, or white, a man with a husband or a woman with a wife, we can debate until the end of time who's wrong and who is right, but we can see ourselves as one, 'cause it all comes down to love.
Purpose statement. Our purpose is to create a spiritual community that recognizes that there is one presence and one power in the universe, God. Daily, we actively practice this spiritual truth. We open our heart space to each person to acknowledge one another as expressions of God. It is in each other that we see God.
Good morning, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to today's Open Heart Spiritual Center virtual service. Thank you all for joining us, as always, for your consciousness in being here. And may this service just bring more peace, more joy, more freedom of expression, more life to you today. And may you just allow this service to open up your heart space even wider than it was when you started. If you'll join me here in just taking a breath in. And with this breath, I just give thanks for this day, for this time that we've all come here to join together, to be here in the now, in this moment. I'm so grateful for this day. I'm so grateful for all that have a part in this service, for the affirmative reading, for the song, for the music, for the message. And yes, for each and every single one of you, for your consciousness, for joining us here today. And I am so grateful for this celebration today. It is a new celebration, so let us celebrate anew. And now I call this time so very good. Celebration so very good. And let the celebration begin. And so it is.
There will be mountains that I will have to climb, and there will be battles that I will have to fight. But victory or defeat, it's up to me to decide. But how can I expect to win if I never try?
I just can't give up now. I've come too far from where I started from. Nobody told me the road would be easy, and I don't believe I've come this far to be defeated.
Never said there wouldn't be trials, never said I wouldn't fall, never said that everything would go the way I wanted to go. But when my back's against the wall and I feel all hope is gone, I lift my head up to the sky and say, help me to be strong.
I just can't give up now. I've come too far from where I started from.
I've come too far.
Nobody told me the road would be easy, and I don't believe I've come this far to be defeated.
I know that I can't see the road that's led before me, but I can't let doubt defeat me, because I know that you are with me, so I can't.
I just can't give up now.
I can't give up now.
I've come too far from where I started from.
Nobody told me.
Nobody told
that
me the road would be easy, and I don't believe I've come this far to be defeated. I just can't just give up now. I've come too far from where I started from. Nobody told me that the road would be easy, and I don't believe I've come this far to be defeated. I just can't give up now. I've come too far from where I started from. I've come too far. Nobody told me the road would be easy, and I don't believe I've come this far. 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 I don't believe I've come this far to be defeated.
All right. Y'all sound professional. All right. All right. I'm going to do a fade out. Now, Emma, what you gonna do?
What comes from the heart reaches the heart. Good morning and welcome to our Heartstream for this Sunday, January the 14th, 2024. I'm so glad that you have joined us for this morning's Heartstream. It is, as always, a great opportunity to greet you, to have you with us as a part of this Heartstream. I'm encouraged by the people who continue to watch, the people who continue to spread the message out there. Share this. Share the fact that the notifications that we have that come in on the weekends about our Heartstream. If you are watching on Facebook, you can share on your page. You can tell other people about it. But I'm encouraged by it all. I'm encouraged by the ways in which you continue to support Open Heart. Ask that you would consider doing it in a way that's financial as well. Many of you do, and I'm thankful for that. But continue to do all that you can do to spread this New Thought, Ancient Wisdom message. There are several things I'd like to talk about this morning very briefly. We know that this weekend we are expecting to experience some wintry weather, not only here in Memphis, but in many other parts of the country. And I just urge you to stay safe, stay warm, to check on other people in your family, your neighborhood, your friends, even people you may not know, but just check on the welfare and the well-being of them. And there are many places I know around the country that have warming centers where people who are unhoused or who don't have all of the resources can go. Families and even single people, which is sometimes a problem, but where you can go and have an opportunity to find people who have resources available for you. Also, this is the week that we're celebrating on tomorrow, the birthday of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And as I say in the announcements, what more important time to recognize, people talk about the civil rights movement and the things that he was about, and the things that he preached about and spoke about and wrote about and all of that. But another aspect of his life was he talked a lot about war. At that time, the Vietnam War and the injustices that were there. We know that we're looking around the world and we're seeing right now so many examples of the kinds of things that he was warning us about and talking to us about. So I know there's questions about the weather and events I know have already been canceled here in Memphis in anticipation of the weather, but this is an opportunity to remember his life and legacy, things that he taught, and also recognize it's a time of service. So whatever way that we can provide service during this time, that we do so. Also, I'd like to, as I mentioned on last week, that Malika Salam, who was one of our members at Open Heart for a while, her celebration of life will be in Riverside, California on next Sunday, and there's information that's contained the announcements about that. Also, Barbara Janice Lester, her father, Dr. Herbert, the Reverend Dr. Herbert Lester, transitioned. It's going to be a private ceremony, and then later there'll be a public way to celebrate his life. Herbert was a very dear friend of mine, and I'll continue to extend my condolences and prayers for the family. Also, that our friend and brother, but Cedric Moore, as I mentioned to you, you know, Cedric had some health challenges, and he's now in Atlanta with his brother, Don. And if you contact me, I've got the information. I know there are people that want to send cards and other things to maintain contact with Cedric, and we will continue to keep you updated on him. But we're glad that he's had the opportunity for family to surround him in the way that family quite often does. Finally, I talked about on last week that we are providing an opportunity to see the Dream Builders live virtual streaming from Mary Morrissey, who, as I mentioned, is a New Thought minister, entrepreneur, coach, so many different things that Mary Morrissey does. And over the years, I've featured quotes from Mary Morrissey. And the really powerful thing for me, and I know my wife Emma, was when we attended this Dream Builders live in person. But this is going to be virtual, and it's an opportunity for you to share in this experience. And that is going to begin on Friday, January the 26th through that Sunday, January the 28th. And we are going to be gathering in a place, having, if you will, a watch party. And we'd like to invite you to be a part of that. It begins at 11 a.m. on Friday, and Saturday it extends up until 9 p.m., I believe, in the evening. And then on Sunday, again, it's over around 5 or so, but it's an opportunity for us to share together. And as I mentioned, we're going to gather in a place. We're asking that you go and sign up. There's a place on the website where you can sign up for it to get more information, even if you are not quite ready to commit to it. If you just like more information, you just like to know more people who are interested in being a part of this. We also know that it can be difficult. Friday's a work day for many people. Saturday can be a work day for people as well. And so we're being flexible. We've said we'd like for you to attend the entire time. And that's ideal rather than going in and out. So we will make accommodations for people who'd like to be a part of this process, who'd like to attend. And again, contact us and give you more information about the location. There'll be food. There'll be an opportunity to take these lessons and things, incorporate them, and even after this is over, this won't just be something we'll watch and it's good and we had good feelings about it, but we're going to have methods and things in place that we can take this to the next level and continue it, because that's what Emma and I did after we attended the conference in Baltimore. We came back home and we got to work. And I will say that where we both are today in our lives, a part of that I would attribute to the fact that it made us serious about building our dreams. It made us serious about the fact that we were going to pursue what it is that we wanted to experience in our lives. And again, we're expecting more in 2024. There are things we have to put in place. It's not just lip service. It's not just a slogan. It's not just an affirmation, but it's something that we truly, truly mean. It's something that we're attempting to provide you with the tools to be able to do it for your own life. So I thank you for all that you do. I thank you for this opportunity again to be a part of your experience today with this Heartstream. And as always, I greet you. I bless you. I see God in you.
Our affirmation for the month of January. I expect more in 2024. I am open to new opportunities, joy, and abundance in the coming year. My thoughts create my reality, and I choose positivity, growth, and success. This year, I manifest my best life. I expect more in 2024. Amen, Ashe, and so it is.
Today is a day like no other day. Just think and you'll know that it's true. Days like today should be holidays. So I'm singing this message to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Just have a happy day.
Everyone will change. Everything will change. Everything must change. Nothing stays the same. No, no. Everyone must change. Nothing stays the same. The young becomes the old. Mysteries do unfold. Yes, they will. 'Cause that's the way of time. Everything must change. There are not many things in life you can be sure of. Except rain comes from the clouds and sun lights up the sky, and hummingbirds do fly. Winter turns to spring. The wounded heart will heal. Yes, it will. But never much too soon. Everything must change. The young becomes the old. Mysteries do unfold. 'Cause that's the way of time. Nothing and no one goes unchanged. There are not many things in life you can be sure of. Except rain comes from the clouds and sun lights up the sky, and hummingbirds do fly. Rain comes from the clouds, and sun lights up the sky, and hummingbirds do fly. Everything will change. Everything will change. Everything will change. Everything will change.
Hello, I am Aisha Battle, and the affirmative reading that I have selected for today is The Morning Prayer by Marianne Williamson. Dear God, I give this day to you. May my mind stay centered on the things of spirit. May I not be tempted to stray from love. As I begin this day, I open to receive you. Please enter where you already abide. May my mind and heart be pure and true, and may I not deviate from the things of goodness. May I see the love and innocence in all mankind. Behind the mask we all wear and the illusions of this worldly plane, I surrender to you my doings this day. I ask only that they serve you in the healing of the world. May I bring your love and goodness with me to give unto others wherever I go. May me, the person you would have me be. Direct my footsteps and show me what you would have me do. Make the world a safer, more beautiful place. Bless all your creatures. Heal us all and use me, dear Lord, that I might know the joy of being used by you. Amen.
Let's take a minute and find out what's happening with Open Heart this week and in the weeks to come. Here are your announcements. At Open Heart, we believe in the power of affirmative prayer. Each and every individual and family you see represented here, we continue to pray for you. Our prayer team each morning remembers you, and we hold the space for you, as well as all of you who are a part of our Open Heart family. There are several ways to give to Open Heart: through our Cash App at OHSC 901, online at OHSC901.com, or text the word GIVE to 615-422-4290. Begin or continue your day with prayer through our daily affirmative prayer call every morning at 8 a.m. Central Time, 901-586-8755. We extend our heartfelt prayers and condolences first to the family of Malika Salam, who was a part of our Open Heart family for several years before moving away. Her celebration of life will be in Riverside, California on next Sunday, and we want to again extend our thoughts to their family. And then also Barbara Janice Lester's father, Dr. Herbert Lester, who transitioned, who also was a very good friend of mine. For those families, we continue to hold you in prayer and know the truth for you, that God continues to strengthen, sustain, and encourage you. As we remember the life and legacy of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and celebrate his birthday, we also, as we look around our world and see the constant tension and the wars, hear this quote: "We will not build a peaceful world by following a negative path. It is not enough to say we will not wage war. It is necessary to love peace and sacrifice for it. We must concentrate not merely on the negative expulsion of war, but on the positive affirmation of peace." We wish a happy birthday to the drum major for justice. On next Sunday, January the 21st at 11 a.m., I will be the guest speaker at Unity Christian Church, 3345 McCorkle Road in Whitehaven. Be happy to be with our friends at UCC again. Discover the art and science of creating an abundant future. Unlock your power to design a life you love. You're invited to a gathering to watch Dream Builder Live with Mary Morrissey, a virtual event January the 26th through the 28th. Friday and Saturday, it begins at 11 a.m. through 9 p.m. and on Sunday, 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. This is an opportunity for you to attend this session. If you will go to our website at ohsc901.com and sign up, you will receive more information. There is a cost of $150 to cover the meals for this period. We know that this is a time commitment for you. We ask that you would stay for as much of it as possible. And there'll be more details for those who are interested in learning more.
You can do this. Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it. Don't try to figure it out. Just do it.
That was right on time.
Don't try to figure it out. Just do it.
All right, here we go.
Name your price, a ticket to paradise. I can't stay here anymore.
And I look high and low. I've been from shore to shore to shore.
If there's a shortcut, I found it.
But there is no easy way around it, so
Light of the world, shine on me. Love is the answer. Shine on us all, set us free. Love is the answer. Who knows why? Someday we all must die. We're all homeless, boys and girls.
and we'll never hurt in such a lonely, lonely world.
People turn their backs and walk on by.
Tell me, is there one, just another try?
Light of the world, shine on me. Love is the answer. Shine on us all, set us free. Love is the answer. Light of the world, shine on me. Love is the answer. Shine on us all, set us free. Love is the answer.
And when you feel afraid,
Love one another.
and when you've lost your way,
Love one another.
And when you're all alone,
Love one another.
and when you're far from home,
And when you're down, out cold.
love one another.
And when your hope comes out.
Love one another. And when you need
figure it out. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Oh, just do it. Just do it. No matter what color you are. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Oh, just do it. Just do it. We've got to learn to love, yeah. Just do it. 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 Light up the world. Shine on me. Love is the answer. Shining us all. Set us free. Love is the answer. Love is the answer. Oh, love is the answer. Yes. Love is the answer. Love is the answer. Oh, yeah. Love is the answer.
This is a simple message this morning. We've set our intention for the year, which I expect more in 2024. It's our theme for the month. Our affirmation for the month discusses that, looking for more in areas of relationship, more in areas of health and well-being, more in sense of our abundance and prosperity, more in sense of our spiritual relationship. All of the things declared in our affirmation and where we're setting our intention for this month. But I also recognize and realize that there are things that get in the way of our having the expectation of our, because I know that it's not what you see is what you get, it's what you expect is what you get. But sometimes, and I know this for myself, I know this for many people because I was talking with someone just the other day about this, that there are things that get in the way. There are things that obscure our vision. There are things that hijack our hope. There are things that come upon us, things that are happening to us, things that we're experiencing in the lives of others, but all of those things that can obscure that. And I want to talk about that this morning. And this person that I was having this conversation with was in the midst of things, and I was attempting to coach them and to encourage them and to talk to them about the things that they were experiencing to me. And I know that what can happen for us, because it happens to me, is that when you're in the midst of something and someone is telling you that it's going to be all right, that it's going to be okay, the kinds of things that we say to try to uplift someone, that when you're in the midst of it, it can be difficult to see your way clear to the other side. When you're in the midst of things, it can very often be a daunting situation and an overwhelming situation. And unfortunately, there are times and there are people who have succumbed to that rather than there being something that can allow them to continue to have hope when you're in the midst of things. And the story that is found in the book of Genesis about Jacob has always been intriguing to me, because if we give the context to this story, it is about Jacob after he has stolen his brother Esau's birthright, and then he flees because he's in fear for his life. It was a very important thing. I won't go into details about that, but we know there was a very important thing. And finally, Jacob decides, after all of these years, because he had to go and to stay with his father-in-law's family, and after all these years, he decided that he was going to make amends and reconcile with his brother Esau. But he wasn't sure what the outcome was going to be. He wasn't sure what would happen, what Esau's reaction would be, whether Esau would even try to kill him. He was in fear in many ways for his life. And it tells the story of how Jacob had divided up his possessions and all of the members of his family in the two camps and have them to go and meet Esau's people. And he gathered all of these things in tribute and everything else with that. And it tells us that as Jacob himself was walking, that all of a sudden, in that night, he encountered an entity, a being, something that grappled with him, that started to wrestle with him. And it was an ordeal that took place all night, a continued wrestling. And I know that when people read this and people preach about it and teach about it and talk about it, people are quick to jump to the end, to jump to the conclusion, the way that the story basically is concluded. But I want to stay for a minute in the middle, because I always wondered in this story what was going through Jacob's mind as he was in the midst of the struggle. Because again, it's easy for us looking on the outside with someone else to tell them to hold on and it's going to be all right and you can get through this and all of that. But when you're in the midst of that, when you are trying to grapple with what is going on, when it feels like the resources that you have been depleted, when it seems as if you are in a situation or a circumstance and everywhere you look around, there's something else happening. You even find yourself, when it rains, it pours. You find yourself in a situation, in a circumstance where it is difficult, if not almost impossible, to hold your head high, to have the affirmations that we have and to use them and feel that there's an effect from that, to be able to do the affirmative prayer, to be able to spend that quiet time, all of the things that we talk about as a part of our teaching at Open Heart. Oftentimes, when we are in the midst of that, it can seem difficult. It can seem even almost impossible to grab onto those things and to use those things to provide us with the wherewithal to be able to make it through. But it is in the midst of struggle. It is in the midst of situations and circumstances that are happening. It was in the midst of Jacob's wrestling that something happened to Jacob. That while he might have found himself at a certain point, feel like he was losing, feel like this was going to take him over, feel like this was going to be the end of him, there was something that caused him, that he pulled from within, that allowed him, as the text tells us, to begin to prevail. And as it began to prevail, it tells us that that entity that he was wrestling with finally said to let me go. Let me go. And I like that, because I think about the fact that in the midst of all of this, there is something that can happen for each and every one of us that allows us to get that second wind, if you will, that allows us to get that strength. There is something there. And you hear me talk about all the time. It is that flame that will not flicker. It is that place inside of us that cannot be harmed or troubled by whatever else that might be going on. It is the place inside of us that where the Spirit of God resides, and all of that is a part of that process. But it can again be difficult. But Jacob continued to struggle and to wrestle with it. There's some things in life we can deal with from a distance, but there's some things ultimately, though, that happen to us. We see them happening to other people, but then they get up close to us. And when they get up close to us and we become intimate with what is going on, we have to do the struggle. We have to go through it. No one else can go through it for us. We have to go through it for ourselves. But this is the time. This is the opportunity, as I talked about before, when it seems like the affirmations that we use, the quiet time that we use, the meditation, the contemplation, the spiritual mind treatment or affirmative prayer, those things. This is the very time in which we can use those things. This is the very time that we can reach out and grasp onto those things so that they begin helping us, and so that they begin providing for us the opportunity and the eternal strength and fortitude that Jacob found, that in the midst of that allowed him to begin to prevail. As he began to prevail again, this entity said to Jacob, let me go. And then Jacob says something that's very interesting. Jacob says, I won't let you go until you bless me. I won't let you go until you bless me. And that might seem strange to you. I know the first time I read it, it felt a little bit strange to me, but I also understand this. Often it is the adverse things, the adverse situations, the circumstances in our lives, the difficult people, the things that try us, the things that will try and push us away from the understanding, the true understanding of who it is that we are, that ultimately can become a blessing to us in the sense that we learn from these things, in the sense that we are able to, as we give ourselves grace, recognize and realize that there was something to be had in this situation and in this circumstance. And I have been struggling with and wrestling with this whole idea, this notion that oftentimes you hear touted about is that everything happens for a reason. And as I've examined that, as I've talked to other people and read other people, things that other people have had to say about this, I'm kind of at that spot in that place in my life where I'm not sure I'm really ready to say that all of the time for every situation and every circumstance, but I do know that in the midst of what is happening, that as we begin to see it, and sometimes it's after we have gotten through it that we can look back on it and see the blessings, the lessons from it, recognizing and realizing those things. But the fact of the matter is that there was something inside of Jacob that allowed Jacob to say, I will not let go until you bless me. And as the story goes on and tells us that when Jacob finally let go, that the entity that Jacob was wrestling with, and we can look at the entity as being many different things, but the entity that Jacob was wrestling with touched his hip. And as he touched his hip, that from that point on, he had a limp. He walked with a limp. And not only that situation and that circumstance, it changed Jacob's name from Jacob to Israel. And there's so much else theological implications that's a part of that. But the fact of the matter is that it was this encounter that changed Jacob. This encounter that as he held on until he was able to prevail, that he held on until he was able to be assured that even no matter how painful it might have been, no matter how tiring it might have been, no matter how difficult it might have been, that there was something more, that there was something in store for him if he were to hang on. And that is so important. And the thing of it is that, again, I talked about people want to jump to the end of the text, but when we look at the text, it tells us at the end that it was either an angel or a divine being or even God itself that Jacob was wrestling with. And I know that's anthropomorphizing God in this sense, but the understanding back in that day was that no one could have an encounter with God and survive. But Jacob, it tells us, renamed that spot that he was in Peniel, which means I have seen the face of God and lived. But the idea again is that when we are in the midst of struggle, and I'm just here this morning, this is just an encouraging, simple message that if you are in the midst of something, if you are in the midst of struggle, if you're going through something, if something is happening and you can't quite figure out why it's happening, if you can't quite figure out the how that you're going to get out of it, and remember the how is not our concern. It's we set our intention and we have the faith and we trust and we believe and we know that the divine within is guiding and directing, that ultimately, as I've said before about this particular text, it is an assurance that we got it, that God's got it, that God's got us, that Spirit's got us, that the universe has got us. And as we recognize this, as we operate from this awareness and this understanding, as we become clear, absolutely clear that God's got it, absolutely clear that Spirit's coming through, absolutely clear that we are a part of this wonderful, abundant, magnificent, loving, godnificent universe. As we understand this, you can know too that no matter what you're going through, you may not be able to see the end in this moment, but you got it. God's got you. Amen, ashe, and so it is.
say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. 'Cause I'm so grateful. So grateful. Oh, grateful. I'm so grateful. So I want to say thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Now thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. I want to say thank you. Thank you. I want to say thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you. 'Cause I'm so grateful. So grateful. So grateful. So grateful. So grateful. So grateful. I'm so grateful. I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you. Just thank you. Thank you. I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. 'Cause I'm so grateful. Yeah. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I wanna just say thank you now. Just thank you now. 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 Each and every day I'm gonna say thank you.